When we talk about finding peace in the Middle East, our minds usually jump straight to politics, right? To treaties and negotiations. But what if a real part of the answer lies somewhere else entirely? Today, we're digging into a pretty unique call for peace, one that draws on shared spiritual wisdom. It just might offer a new way of looking at one of the world's most difficult conflicts.
Okay, so here's our game plan. First, we're going to set the scene. What was the political climate like at the time? Then, we'll introduce this, well, pretty unexpected voice that weighed in. We'll dive into the shared spiritual ground they found, see how they turned big principles into practical steps, and wrap it all up with a really crucial question about what peace actually means.
All right, first things first. To really get why this statement was so timely, you have to understand the context. You have to know what was going on in the world back in late 2025 and early 2026.
So, a major peace plan got hammered out and signed in late 2025. It was a big deal. It was supposed to move from a Phase 1 ceasefire into a Phase 2 of reconstruction. On paper, it looked like a real path forward.
But the reality on the ground? It was incredibly tense. As we rolled into 2026, the rhetoric was still severe, which just shows you how fragile this whole piece was. The stakes were unbelievably high for everyone. So it's into this supercharged, politically tense environment that a totally different kind of voice emerges. And it's not coming from a government or a diplomat. It's coming from a spiritual movement.
It came from CowDaiCenter.org, which represents the Cowdai faith. Now, this is a religion that's basically built on this core idea of unifying the world's spiritual traditions, that they all come from the same source and have a shared purpose.
And their statement, right from the get-go, it doesn't start with politics. It starts with the human cost of the war. It focuses on the shared suffering, the grief that goes beyond any border or belief system. It's a direct appeal to everyone's conscience.
So here's the crucial part. How do they actually build their case for peace? Well, instead of focusing on everything that divides people, the statement looks for the principles that unite them.
They look at Jewish teachings, for instance, and they highlight this concept, Bakesh Shalom Uvrot. The idea isn't just to passively want peace, it's about being an active, energetic pursuer of it. It's a command to go out and get it.
Then they draw from Islamic teachings, bringing up the concept of sulh. Now, this isn't just about ending a fight. The whole goal is to actually repair the relationships, to restore harmony, and to strengthen the community's ties. It's about healing, not just stopping.
And this approach, well, it brilliantly illustrates their own core principle, that all religions are, at their heart, one. This belief is the very foundation of their faith, that all these different spiritual paths are ultimately leading to the same universal family.
So by weaving all these ideas together from Judaism, Islam, Christianity, Buddhism, and others, the statement is trying to build a common moral language, a kind of universal spiritual heritage that all sides of the conflict can actually understand and respect.
Now, what's really interesting here is how the statement moves from these big philosophical ideas to a practical plan. This isn't just some wishful thinking, it's a 4-step blueprint for action.
The center calls for 4 really concrete, actionable steps. They're designed to address the immediate crisis, of course, but also that long-term critical need for actual healing. And get this, when you put these spiritual calls to action right next to the steps from the official 2025 political plan, you see this remarkable alignment. It suggests that there might just be a bridge between our moral duties and geopolitical reality.
And this isn't just about faith, you know? The statement connects these ideas directly to established international law and human rights. It argues that our modern ethics are really just echoing this ancient wisdom.
So where does this all leave us? Well, the final section of the statement really pushes us to think more deeply, to think about the ultimate goal of all of this. The crucial point here is the focus on healing. The statement argues that if you don't address the deep emotional and psychological wounds of war, any ceasefire is really just a temporary pause. It's not a solution. And that's the powerful question it leaves us with. It challenges everyone involved, and all of us watching, to reconsider what we're actually striving for. Is it just quiet, or is it a true lasting harmony that's built on justice, compassion, and mutual respect? That's the real challenge, and it's a question that matters far beyond just this one conflict.